Businessmen say the government should stick to its rules to entice more investors to join the public-private partnership program. This sentiment comes amid opposition to the rebidding of the Cavite-Laguna expressway.
The European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines initially found the implementation of the administration's public-private partnership program slow. ECCP Executive Vice Chairman Henry Schumacher says another problem they saw was the lack of projects. But he's pleased with how things are going today. More projects are being offered, and the government has found ways to fast-track processes involved. Now he says it's about ensuring that the government sticks to existing rules, not to mention the contracts it enters into.
A proposal that will last 20 or 25 years. And then you see that consistency is not there in policy. Then you see that rules are not adhered to. That's bad news.
The PPP Center admits it took a while before foreign investors felt confident enough to take part in the program, an initiative which seeks to get big-ticket infrastructure projects financed by the private sector in exchange for reasonable returns and other incentives. PPP Executive Director Cosette Canilao says they made sure to improve the process by boosting the capacities of implementing agencies through the hiring of consultants and transaction advisors, among others.
That's to be expected, especially for the earlier projects, because they're looking if the government is indeed committed to partner with the private sector.
Investor confidence in the PPP program, however, seems to hang in the balance as businessmen await the decision on a pending appeal filed by a disqualified bidder on the Cavite-Laguna expressway project. The Optimal Infrastructure Development Incorporated, a subsidiary of San Miguel Corporation, has asked Malacanang to rebid the project after it was disqualified due to technicalities in the bidding process.
Technicalities make a huge difference. I mean, either you have rules that you implement or you do not. And in our minds, and a lot of business groups have spoken out about this, that it is very critical for the government to uphold its own rules so that its credibility is not subjected to question.
Asking for rebidding is bad news. I think it shakes basically investor confidence, because what we are looking for is consistency in policy.
President Aquino himself has expressed that he is inclined to have the project rebidded. Business groups are expected to come out with statements to show their opposition to the appeal. San Miguel earlier said it will respect whatever decision the president makes. Of the 57 projects offered by the PPP, only 8 have been awarded contracts. The PPP Center is eyeing to award a total of 15 projects before the president steps down. It assures the public that efforts continue to further improve the program.
We're going to issue policy guidelines to various implementing agencies on the best practices and on how to do PPP, a successful PPP. We need to come up with a standard contract, and that's what we're moving towards, a standard contract that would make it more predictable for the private sector.
The Makati Business Club says the national government should also look into local government's role in project implementation.
For example, sometimes local governments get in the way of national government projects. I think there is room for the national government to be more assertive in some of these projects.
Efforts to promote the PPP program could go to waste if the next administration fails to build up on what's been started. The PPP Center as well as the business community only hope the next leaders will recognize the importance of continuing the program. Ina Andolong, 9 News.